Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 9, I think. But the question number written over here is 18. I am continuously telling you that these questions are being taken from different books. Our topic is basically creating financial statement where we will be making profit loss statement and balance sheet statement as well. Today's question is little bit different because you can see that purchase is present on right side, that means credit side, and at the same time you can see that purchase returns are also present on right side. So it means this first part is not trial balance. Very important for you, it's not a trial balance. That means we will have to decide which item belongs to debit side and which item belongs to credit side. And please note it down, this is not debit side and this is not credit side. All elements present in these questions are mixed. So by concept we will pick which item belong to asset and expense and which item belongs to income and liability. As usual we have adjustment, although today's we have little less number of adjustments, only 5. Yesterday we have 9 adjustment in our question. So guys, in this way our introduction is completed and I am very hopeful that you people are now ready to solve the question. As usual, we will solve lower part, that means adjustment part, as our first step. So we are ready to start. Let's begin. Number 1, depreciate furniture and machinery. It means there are two depreciation. So we will come over here. First, depreciation of machine we can take, and here we will see first of all how much amount of machinery is. Since machine was an asset, it was very easy to see only this side, but now these all items are mixed, so we'll have to see at right side and we will have to see at left side as well. So machine is not being looked over here. We will go to the lower part, and yes, we have got the machinery. This machine is of worth rupees 40,000 and 10% depreciation. So here we will write 40,000 and we need to take 10%. What we have done, amount of machine was 40,000 and you have multiplied 10 divided by 100 to get our depreciation. Alright, so first effect is completed. You will come to your fixed asset side. There first you will write machine, amount of which we have seen is 40,000. Its depreciation we have calculated is 4,000. So first let's write down depreciation, amount of which is 4,000. So you have just calculated 40,000, 10%, 4,000, and this was taken from here. Machinery 10%, machinery was 40,000. Second depreciation is furniture. So let's write down over here. Second depreciation is upon furniture. Again, you may have noticed both rate of depreciation for both asset 10%. Furniture is mentioned over here and this is 20,000. So here 20,000 multiplied by 10 divided by 100 to get our depreciation. So please note, what is 20,000? Value of furniture, and why 10? Because rate of depreciation is given. Similarly, we will come to fixed asset side, and here first we will mention furniture, amount of which is 20,000, then 2,000 is amount of depreciation. Let's mention it. So guys, in this way, two parts of first adjustment has been completed. Depreciation was written in operating expenses and subtracted from asset. Let's see what second adjustment is saying. Insurance is paid in advance. So this insurance again part of operating expenses. First, you will see what is actual amount of insurance present in question. Then prepaid insurance would be written. He was extra. And this prepaid insurance is mentioned over here. This is 400. Paid in advance means prepaid. So 400 would be written over here. Since it's prepaid, you will go to your current asset side, and here prepaid insurance or paid in advance, that would be written 400 in second column. Okay guys, we have completed two effects of second adjustment. Now third, interest on bank loan is outstanding. Over here you can see loan is given, it's 20,000 and its interest is 10%. We will go to other expense side, and here interest on loan would be mentioned. We will now see how much loan is 20,000 and 10%. So here we will calculate 20,000 multiply by 10 divided by 100. Amount of interest would be calculated. What is 20,000? It's amount of loan. We have multiplied it with 10 divided by 100 to get your amount of interest. First effect is completed. Now you will go to your current liability side. Here first loan would be mentioned, that was 20,000, and its interest would be added. Add interest on loan which you have 2,000. In this way two sides have been completed. Look at here, other expense side, it's an expense 2,000. Since it has not been paid in adjustment, it was written, it's still outstanding, so you have added in liability side. Guys, in this way our third adjustment is completed. Next is closing stock. So for that purpose you will go to cost of goods sold, where first step is to write opening stock, then you will add purchase, after that you will mention return, then it would be closing stock, and this closing stock is mentioned over here, which is 2 lakh. As first effect you will write it in cost of goods sold, and secondly you will go to current asset, and there you will mention closing stock, which is 2 lakh. Alright guys, we have completed our fourth adjustment, where you have seen closing stock was written expense side, that means cost of goods sold side, and then current asset side. Both effects are completed. Now we are going to proceed our fifth adjustment. Reserve for discount is no longer required and is to be written back. So guys, please understand, this reserve for discount was actually your expense because you have created. Now this reserve for discount is no longer required. There are two ways: leave it because it is not required, and secondly, since it would be considered as your income, so you may write it. So later on we will do it according to requirement. Since it is not required, so you can ignore. This is your first part, reserve for discount, not to be entered, and secondly we may write it at our income side. So all five adjustments are completed. Now we are open to enter elements present in our question. First is capital. So you will go to fixed liability side, and here collectively first you will mention capital, then you will add net profit, and if drawings are present we will later on see. Amount of capital mentioned over here is 147,200. So just write down. Since these are not adjustment, we will just write once. There will only be single effect. Next, salaries part of operating expenses. Here you will mention salaries, amount of which is 24,000. Write down 24,000 in front of salaries. After salaries, we have stock. This is 1/4/2004. So it's an opening stock. This would be written over here. Amount of opening stock is 1,20,000. So just write down 1,20,000 in front of opening stock. After which we have drawings, which we were just talking about. Drawings, it would be part of fixed liability. You will subtract drawings from capital. Amount of drawings mentioned over here is 44,000. Write down 44,000. Okay, so then we have sales. Sale is part of direct income. Here's sales, and if returns are present, we will also mention over here. Amount of sale is 496,000. Just write down 496,000. After sale, we have rent and rates. So rent is part of operating expenses. So you will come over here and will mention rent and rates, amount of which is 9,100. So mention 9,100 over here. Let's proceed to the next. Loan we have already written. Look at here. This was your loan 20,000 and its interest is also mentioned. So we are ready to go to the next element, sundry creditors. Okay, current liability. So you will come over here and will mention sundry creditors, amount of which is 142,000. So just mention 142,000. Guys, please understand this loan was written in current liability. It might be written on fixed liability as well, but short term and long term loan was not mentioned, so we have chosen current liability. So I am saying it's an open-ended option. You may write it in fixed liability or you may write it in current liability. Sundry creditor 142,000 we have mentioned. Creditors completed, after which we have cash in hand. This is your current asset. Cash in hand you will mention over here, and amount of cash in hand is 4,360. Okay, then we have sundry debtors. This is also part of current asset. Sundry debtors, amount of which is 179,560. 79560. It's an odd amount. 179,560. Okay. Then we have furniture, and we have already written furniture 20,000. And then machinery 40,000. It has also been mentioned 40,000. Reserve for discount, we are waiting for our question. Then we have bad debts 40, part of operating expenses. So here bad debts, amount of which is 40. Okay, then we have buildings. Building is part of fixed asset side. Thankfully we have a space. So amount of building is 38,400. This would be mentioned in front of building. And after building, we have general expenses. This is part of operating expenses. So general expenses, amount of which is 2120. Just mention it. After general expenses, we have purchases, part of cost of goods sold, already mentioned. We will write over here. And amount of purchase is 3 lakh. Mention in front of purchase. Be very careful when you are writing zeros. Then we have sales return. This is part of direct income. Here you will write returns and amount is 10,800, which would be written in front of returns. Then we have wages, part of direct expense side. Here you will write wages and amount of wages 14,000. Write down over here. After which we have traveling, part of operating expenses, traveling expenses, amount of traveling expenses are 3200. Write down. After which we have insurance. This insurance 2400. We have already written. So here you will write 2400 as your insurance, which was already mentioned. After insurance, we have legal charges, part of operating expenses. So here legal charges, amount of legal charges 420. Write down over here. So the last element now is purchase return 5200. Here you will write 5200, which was already mentioned. So guys, in this way, these adjustments and all elements present in your question entered, we are now open to start our calculations. So let's find out net sales. How sales minus return, you will get your net sales. Next part is to get initial element of cost of goods sold. How? First you will take opening stock, then you will add purchases, you will subtract its returns and subtract closing stock. We have got first part of, okay, one sign is missing here. You need to add purchases and this is not required. Okay. So what we have done, opening stock plus purchases and minus closing stock 2 lakh. Let's check it, the amount, yes, 2 lakh. And then there is only one direct expense. It means we are ready to calculate total amount of cost of goods sold first and then add direct expenses. So guys, we have got our total cost of goods sold. Gross profit is 256,400 and we have 256,400, but we have done simply sales minus cost of goods sold. We have got our gross profit. Now we will start calculation regarding operating expenses. Insurance less prepaid, no other adjustment is present, so we can take sum of operating expenses from 420 to 4000. Operating expenses, okay. There is no operating income, so we may write 0. there is only one other expense, that is interest on loan. There is no other income, point out 0. So it means we now can calculate our net profit. For that purpose, 256,400 was your gross profit. Then you need to subtract operating expenses. Then you need to add other income, which is 0. Then subtract other expenses, 2000. Subtract, okay, and then add other income, which is 0. Alright guys, so what we have got now, as I told you, the last adjustment we have left, that was reserved for discount, is no longer required. This is now needed to be adjusted. As I have told you, there are two ways. You can leave it as it is not required, and secondly, in past, when this discount, reserve discount, was created, it was an expense, now not needed. To cancel it, you will write it to the opposite side, that means income. So you will choose your operating income to write this discount 2000, and it means your operating income is 2000. So finally we have got 209520, and here you can see 209520 is your net profit. This way our 2 out of 4 parts completed, and here you can see our net profit. And how did you calculate it? Gross profit minus operating expenses plus operating income minus other expenses plus other income, you will get your net profit. Now the next step is to write down this net profit in fixed liability. How much net profit you have calculated? This was your amount 209520, which we have written over here. In this way we are ready to calculate total amount of fixed liabilities, where first element was capital, add net profit and subtract drawings, you will get total fixed liabilities. Now we will calculate our total of current liabilities, where loan plus interest on loan. There are only two elements, sundry creditors and amount of loan. There are no reserves, so finally we can have sum of all liabilities, reserves not present, then add current liabilities, then add fixed liabilities. In this way total of balance sheet side is 476720, and our total is 476720. So guys, in this way 3 out of 4 parts are completed. We will now start our calculation regarding asset. First, machine, subtract its depreciation. Then we have furniture, subtract its depreciation. Then we have building. So we are now open to calculate sum of fixed assets. There are 3 fixed assets, we have taken the sum. And the next procedure is to get total of fixed asset, total of current asset. There were 4: prepaid, closing stock, cash in hand, debtors. In this way sum of current asset, and there are no investment, you may write 0. So finally we have got 476720, and our answer is 476720. I am zooming it down. Now you can see that these were four parts of our question. Here, direct side you have calculated gross profit, and right side asset 476720, and then on your left side this was indirect side, you have calculated net profit, and liability side 476720, and these answers are exactly equal to answers given in the book. Without any struggle, without any editing, without any break, we have completed it. I am requesting you to please practice this question for more than 3-4 times, and after practicing, if you still feel, I'm sure that there will not be any problem if you will solve it for 2-3 times, but even then if you feel anything difficult, you are very open to share your problem through messages, text, comments, or you can directly meet to share your problem. I will humbly be trying my best to answer your questions quickly. So thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.